I'm Christopher Titus, and this is a supplemental breaking news Armageddon update. Martin and Lewis, Sonny and Cher, Simon and Garfunkel, Brad and Jen, Brad and Angelina, Elon and Trump. My God, it's a breakup, people. You know, after the weirdest press conference since, well, Trump's press conference a couple days earlier, the Elon kiss-off in the Oval Office kind of felt like a domestic violence situation. I mean, everybody making up stories and trying to make nice. Elon with a black eye, lying that his 8-year-old punched him. Dude, just say I fell like every other battered woman when her husband is still in the room. And Trump telling him he was special and giving him a gold key. The tension was so high, I kept waiting for J.D. Vance to give the "help me, I'm being traffic" symbol. So, Elon is out of the government, and within a couple of days, it started. The big bullshit bill cuts out all EV subsidies, which is the only way Elon made Tesla profitable for years. Which is really weird, right? Because Trump never ever screws anyone over that helps him, does he? I mean, Rudy Giuliani is still riding high, right? As is Mike Pillow. In fact, anyone who's ever been involved with Trump has always come out under the bus Trump is driving. The tweets started. They were going crazy. Musk said the Epstein files weren't released because Trump is in them. Right, we know that. And we also have video of Trump surrounded by cheerleaders who have a curfew and still have homework to do that night. So no big insight there. Trump responded by saying, maybe I should stop all of Elon's government contracts. Then Elon retweeted someone who said Trump should be impeached. Yeah, we already did that. And we did it twice, Elmo, and it didn't do shit. I'll tell you what, you Afrikaner ketamine clan member. Why don't you spill the real schnapps, huh? Let us know how and why Trump won all 7 swing states, which is an impossibility. Let us know why 2 terabytes of data you downloaded with your crew of prepubescent geek children got sent to Putin in Russia. Then you can tell us how the voting data in 2024 only had a 1 in 2 trillion chance of happening. Give us what really went down. Come on. You said Trump wouldn't have won without my help. That was a tweet. And Trump said, Elon knows those machines like nobody else. Give us something new. Come on, we know he's a rapist. A judge said it. We know he's a criminal. He's got 34 felony convictions. We know he's a traitor. We all watched January 6th. We also know he always accuses people of doing what he's already done. So tell us, help us out, Elon. Tell us what really happened in 2024. Come on. And I want you to know I am sorry that your relationship with Trump is over. But please, my hair-plugged friend, don't forget the good times. This is for you, Elon. Memories of the way we were. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the supplemental breaking news Armageddon update. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Titus, and this, for the 1000th time, is the Armageddon update. Well, of course, Elon was high the whole time. Okay, finally. We finally have a reason why someone would go full Third Reich and then watch ghosts and fairies fly in the Oval Office.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
This guy is just one large bank account away from this guy. And how many of us have woken up after a long ketamine 3-day weekend, after decimating government services and screwing the poorest people in the country? And we're told by our friends, dude, you would not stop Heiling Hitler. So Elon's now gone, and $2 trillion has been cut by the Doge team.
We can do at least $2 trillion.
Wait, hold up, sorry. Actually, nothing was saved by the Doge team. In fact, as of June 3rd, 2025, Doge has claimed to have saved $180 billion. An analyst by the Partnership of Public Service estimated these savings will actually cost taxpayers $135 billion. And that's just in 2025 alone. Other analysts found billions of dollars in misaccounting, and some of the money spent was spent at dispensaries. However, they have really cool merch. So the guy in charge of finding fraud and waste fired all the guys who were in charge of fraud and waste because he knew that, well, they couldn't find the fraud and waste that he could find. And then he spent 4 months finding zero fraud and waste. In fact, of the 110,000 Social Security counts that they went deep on, they found 2 weird ones. Not 2,000, 2. That's statistically 0. So once again, the Republicans took something that was working fine and shit the bed horribly. In fact, let's go over all Trump has destroyed in just 4 short months. You ready? Deported legal residents. Yeah, not MS-13 like he said. People here legally. Then denied the Supreme Court, making him bring them back. You know, violating the law. And the whole premise of America. ICE is going into neighborhoods and is deporting mothers after they obviously Photoshop MS-13 tattoos on those mothers. They went after our best colleges because they won't teach what Trump wants them to teach, you know, which would be against the First Amendment. Went after law firms that proved to a jury that Sweet Potato Hitler was a criminal 34 times over. In fact, the only category Trump leads as for presidents is in felony convictions. He gutted the FAA, planes crash, gutted HHS, measles is back, cut the weather service, no more warning for tornadoes, more people dead, cut FEMA, so no more help for tornadoes after the tornadoes or floods or hurricanes or wildfires. In fact, why don't we just say no more help? Your tax dollars pay for that help, by the way. He gave Doge access to government payment systems, and they cost us $135 billion with a B? They also took women's rights and are arresting and jailing mothers who miscarry. You know, making women take a dead fetus to term, killing some of those mothers, you know, like Jesus Christ would do. Stopped all federal grant funding, stopping infrastructure projects, stopped pediatric cancer research because, you know, billionaires kill children. You Democrats better get serious. Stop writing strongly worded letters, Schumer, and say what is. Republicans kill children. They tried to end birthright citizenship, you know, violating the Constitution you say you love. Closed USAID, the government program that helped us worldwide. Yeah, it gave other countries aid, so we had goodwill from those countries. It was called soft power, and it was cheaper than bombs and bullets. Oh, and the medical and food aid saved lives. Because of USAID, we were the good guys. But Trump stopped it all with Afrikaner ketamine cowboys' help. So now, not only did they open the door for our enemies to step in and take over in those countries, but around 300,000 people will die this year from lack of medical support and no food. Billionaires kill children. And the Republicans in Congress voted to kill children because Republicans kill children. And if you voted for these Republican billionaires, you support killing children. Whereas the Democrats took them to drag brunches where they heard show tunes. You kind of see how that's a little bit better? I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. God damn, man. You know what? That's it. Democrats, would you get some balls and just start saying it? Billionaires and Republicans kill children. They actually vote to kill children. Republicans kill children. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Holy crap, it's been a word week. With me as always, the lovely, talented, and brilliant Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And with me as always, the also lovely, talented, and brilliant Highlander.
There could be only one.
We have lost our fucking minds. So we now know, and you know what's weird is that everything happens so fast now that nothing sticks.
Yes.
The guy
rolls and rolls and rolls.
The guy that was in charge of everything, that was cutting government services and everything.
Who was the president?
High as shit.
Yeah.
We knew he was high as shit.
I think the first time, when did we first notice it? Really, I think when he was jumping up and down.
The inauguration was when
the
you
inauguration
really...
was when he started seeing, as I said in the Armageddon Update, when he started seeing fairies and ghosts, he was just like,
yep, like on shrooms or whatever the fuck.
What does ketamine do to you? I've never taken it. What does it do?
It's a horse tranquilizer.
Oh, so he's trying to fight off COVID.
Stop there. You don't have to say no more. Really?
Back in the day, I don't know if it still is, but we called it Special K, and people would take it at raves with ecstasy and stuff. It's definitely a trancey kind of.
It's a millennial drug
thing. No, this is when I was.
So trancey, were you just like you staring at the TV for like 4 hours and you realize, oh God, I've been sitting here for 4 hours?
It's definitely a sedative vibe. No, but I do have a friend that just was doing ketamine therapy and she got it prescribed and then she would lie on the floor. She went to a camp too. But then after
Camp Ketamine.
after K Camp,
To do
she
ayahuasca?
went-
What is this camp?
They don't have a lot of schedule at Camp Ketamine.
No, there was no schedule.
All right, guys, some activities tomorrow. Whatever.
When she
Canoes
first
on
got
ketamine.
there was no AC either. It was in California, like Ojai area, and she was like, "How am I gonna? This is like a tree house." And then she was fine for the next 3 days. Like I
'Cause she was
never
on
heard
ketamine.
another word. Yeah,
So we've got the highest guy in the world, Bill, richest guy and the highest guy in the world, going into government agencies, slashing and burning. They found, as we showed in the thing, they found buds, like marijuana buds, and all the Doge guys went in and at their workstations.
the Institute of Peace.
They destroyed the Institute of Peace.
That's where they found the buds.
That's where they found the buds, but also they wrecked the building. They messed the building up pretty
Water
bad.
damage, roaches, rats.
Roaches. They put.
There's a
they-
fucking rave in there? What the fuck?
You can't take a bunch of 20-year-olds
Yeah.
into a government building and let them
And game.
run wild.
Yeah.
So then he did all that shit, fucked it all up, and then basically got fired. As Jon Stewart pointed out, very funny. He gave him a key, gold key. Trump gave a gold key, and he goes, "So this is very, very special people. I give them out all the time, but it's for the special people." And Jon Stewart goes, "Well, he had to go out of his way to go. You're not that special. I give these out to everybody."
Yeah.
So
We've lost our minds. So that story, this guy second in charge, the guy second in charge, high as shit, to the point where his bladder were shutting
I
down,
was going to say that bladder and urinary problems occur in chronic heavy use.
would be a story 10 years ago.
It would be
for
the
weeks.
story.
Yes.
It would be everything. They'd be talking about drug rehab. They'd be talking about all this craziness. And now all of a sudden, Joe Biden's a robot.
There's another parallel.
Sometimes irreversible bladder damage, ulcerative cystitis.
Well, we saw him yesterday in the Oval Office. We were watching the video of Musk in the Oval Office, and he looks bad.
That's when you
Bad.
reach junkie level, is when you are
He was tweaking.
going to the Oval Office to say goodbye.
In your merch, not a suit.
Well, he and Trump in their own merch. But the day that the story breaks about your drug addiction, you still tweak in the Oval Office.
And get into a fist fight with your dealer.
You should see the video. We have a little clip of it. He's in the Oval Office doing this,
Yep.
It's
like that guy on the side of the road.
That's another Nazi parallel. They were fucking high on
Meth.
Yes.
They were on meth. Yeah, that explains a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Explains a little bit, but it takes away all your empathy or whatever. Not that he's already autistic,
Ding.
so he doesn't have any empathy anyway. But we are in a place where that story would last forever. Then Trump retweets something. I think we're starting to understand that Trump doesn't believe this shit. He just does it to distract from what's really going on. He tweeted out, someone claims that Joe Biden was a robot and a clone, Robart. He was a robot and a clone for the last 3 years.
Did he say Robart? Like Jason
He
Robart?
didn't know. I wish it. That's what Uncle Dennis calls it, Robart. So we have now decided to take his Uncle Dennis, an older 80. Yeah, the Robarts are taking over. So we call it Robart all the time. Like we just love the guy. So he basically said that Joe Biden was a robot. And here's the thing. Was one of Elon's robots, because they're not real. They don't really work.
Mhm.
So is that what you're saying? Because Biden was bumping into stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not a high-tech robot.
Self-imploding.
It was an 82. You programmed it as an 82-year-old guy. So we all these stories. I think what's freaking me out is, and that's why I went down the Armageddon update of all the list of horrors he's basically done to the world, people we helped, and what we did, is that I have this feeling that all the shit he does, and people have been saying it, is just to divert from what the real nightmare that's going on.
Yeah, it's also like sort of a reality TV method. It's just cause chaos, look for ratings, and that's his wheelhouse. He came from reality TV.
That's all he wants.
And that's all he wants. He just wants cameras. He just wants to make noise.
But
And
you know, he's the worst president, and they're saying now that he said he was going to do 90 deals in 90 days. He's done no trade deals.
Mhm.
Canada hates us. How the fuck Canada hates? Canada doesn't hate anybody. Canada hates us. Mexico's pissed at us. The EU is pissed at us. We have to talk about what Zelensky pulled off this week. Zelensky pulled off.
Good on him.
Oh, man. How awesome was that?
That he just didn't inform us.
That's why he distracted. Fucking that's why he did it. Because he looks like an asshole.
Oh, from Russia. Wasn't he?
Well, no. Trump too. Remember, Trump had Zelensky in the office and was just up his ass. Go, you don't got any cards. You don't have. I don't think you have the cards. You don't have the cards to
insanity,
play.
of course.
Well, Zelensky, it was an 18-month operation to get these drones. Did you see the pictures of how they got the drones in?
They
Yeah,
snuck
that
them
was
in. They snuck them into inside Russia, into near their buildings, near
Yes.
their
In buildings. So
Yeah.
basically, when they did the roofs, then you use studs and you do roof on the top, and then
Yeah.
there's ceiling and then there's roof, right? And then there's a space for insulation.
Yeah.
They put all
Crawl
these
space.
drones in these little, it's only this big. They put all these drones, like 18 of them, and then automatic, and then they were hooked to motors so they could remotely open the drone. Drones flew out and just destroyed the airplanes. And they did it for 18 months. So you gotta understand what a great actor Zelensky is and what a badass he is. Trump's yelling at him in the Oval Office. And he knows in his heart that, we're going to fuck up some Russian airplanes. And he just didn't do anything. He's like, Mr. President, I don't have anything. You don't have any cards. Yeah, I got some cards. I got some cards.
I got this ace. I got this fucking drone.
Aces. I got 9 aces. 9. There's only 4 in the deck. I got 9. So we are now at a place where I'm watching ICE push people around. I'm watching people push back. I think we are at the beginning of whatever's coming, and people are not taking it. Did you see those people in San Diego back everybody out?
The San Diego thing is yet again HSI.
Right.
It's happening a lot. HSI are trained investigators, and they're out doing crowd control. What could go wrong with long guns and full tactical
They show
gear
up in
on
full
and-
tactical gear to get some guys from working in a restaurant.
An Italian restaurant that's very popular in the neighborhood. They showed up to get all the busboys and the waiters and whatever.
Oh, the MS-13 busboys. MS-13 has really lowered their standards. Remember when they used to be the cartels and they ran the world? Now they're working in Italian restaurants, and this is where we have lost our fucking minds. Is that he said from day one, I'm going after the gang members that are killing. The crime is out of control.
Mm-hmm.
They're killing and raping women, and the murders are out of control. They're eating the dogs, is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going into Italian restaurants and arresting the guy that's probably getting paid $4 under the table.
What about the fact that Trump and the fucking GOP, their whole campaign, partly, was about fentanyl. Fentanyl's coming in. It's killing everybody.
Haven't heard it since he got elected.
Fentanyl's everywhere. And then this motherfucker just pardoned the biggest fentanyl dealer.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Money.
Oh, can I point out, you and I have been doing this podcast for almost 15 years.
Has it been that long?
14 and change.
Wow.
And we have made some predictions over the years
Yes, we have.
that have come true. And I just think, tell your friends, people, because we'll make it up here first.
We're usually right.
I predicted Letitia James would be the first person to
Take him out?
take Trump down, which
And-
she did. And
then she got-
that's all gone away.
Yep.
You actually called COVID months before anybody knew what it was or what was happening.
I
'cause
kept
you
saying
saw
something's
stuff on
coming.
Chinese TV.
I kept saying something's coming, guys. Something's coming.
Last week, we made a whole conspiracy hour about Trump
Puff Daddy.
pardoning Diddy. It's not Puff Daddy anymore. He changed his name.
It's Diddy Dirty Money. is
No,
what his name
that's
is.
old too.
Oh, man.
He actually said in the Oval Office that he will look at it. I'll look at the facts of the case.
He has to, because a lot of that stuff happened at Trump Hotel properties.
Trump Manhattan.
And that being said, all the people, Trump loves celebrity, and he will, even if you're a shitty reality television star with a real estate show, he will.
You're his buddy.
Yeah, you're his buddy.
Yeah.
So he will. Yeah, I
You
think,
mean like he was?
Well, they're that couple. It's so funny.
Yeah.
There was video of that couple he let go, and the guys in the car, and they're laughing.
Super cheese. Oh, yeah.
They're laughing.
Mhm.
They're like, they're just. It's like to have no humility. What is it?
Like
about?
$35 million they embezzled and bank fraud.
Yeah.
And he just like, you're fine. You go home. He did that to pave the way. Nobody does pardons like that in the beginning of their term. They do them at the end.
Right, we did it, so he get us used to it.
He's paving the way to desensitize us or his people
To just pardon
to pardoning Diddy because he needs to.
Because
Because
Diddy had cameras in every single room.
that's exactly right.
There's also, he's creating a lot of chaos. So he's like, this is an opportunity to get away with tons of shit. So there's so much going on. He can just like, let me slip this in, throw this in.
He made, just so you guys know, $2 billion came from Qatar and the Saudi government for his crypto.
He's doubled his net worth in the 100 and whatever days he's been in office.
Doubled it.
Literally, not exaggerating.
He's now worth $5 billion. He was worth $2 billion. He used the presidency to rape everybody, basically. And we can't stop him. And this is what I don't get. Again, I'm going to pitch this one more time. We need a fourth branch of government.
Yeah.
The bouncers.
Yep.
Grab your shit. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence Thomas, grab your shit. Alito, you're not an American anymore. Grab your shit. The group of people that, and they have to go through a grand jury, right? A grand jury.
For what?
For anything. So there's a fourth branch of government called the bouncers. And basically, if someone in government is a big enough criminal, the bouncers hold hearings.
It's supposed to be us with the militia, right? But the militia are these dumb fat fucks with their fucking masks and their fucking Gadsden flags.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying that we need. That's what I'm saying, because the militia thinks they're supposed to protect Republicans. So they come in, they have grand jury, they go, yeah, Clarence Thomas is obviously corrupt.
Yeah, but grand jury and a ham sandwich.
Yes.
No, and then the bouncers, once the grand jury says yes, the bouncers walk into the Supreme Court.
You know the thing about grand juries, right? They'll indict a ham sandwich. Like, give me more.
The bouncers go in. It's obvious corruption's obviously. There's 10 examples of corruption with Clarence Thomas, but from everything and money he's taken, they just walk into the Supreme Court, they go, grab your shit, and they go, you're done. 50 guys, full tactical, grab him, put him in, he goes in, and then you have a hearing, and we go to jail. He's corrupt. Yep. Yes. Yeah.
No, because all we do on here is say that due process is important.
That's what I'm saying. There would be due process, and a secret grand jury would actually.
That's not due process. Your trial.
Yeah, but that would be.
You're right.
We need bouncers.
He'd go to trial after we got him out. You guys can't. This
after
is
he went to jail.
By the way, this is a brilliant idea. If it works in a nightclub, it's going to work in the government.
I'm with you. I was a bouncer.
But that's kind of what he's doing to people in El Salvador now.
Well, that's another thing to the Supreme Court. That's what I listed. Guys, you realize that this guy basically was told by the Supreme Court to get all those people that you illegally sent to an El Salvadorian murder prison, get them back. And they went, yeah, fuck off.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the...
Do you realize that happened? Can you imagine if a Democrat did that?
Nope.
They're running with the... what is it called? What's her name? It's like the Lacey something, Katie something. This bill. Was it a bill?
About what?
I don't know. About they can send somebody out without due process. What's it called?
It's called the Laken-Riley Act. The very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act.
It's called it's basically a War Powers Act. They use it to put the Japanese in internment camps. It's from like 1789 or something, or 1889. It's the war.
That's the one that the court said that he couldn't use.
But here's the thing. They said he couldn't use it. They said it was illegal, and he still left the guys in El Salvador.
This episode brought to you by Huel, which I had on my way here, and the bottle is in my car.
Yes, I
had the vanilla. The vanilla.
I had some yesterday, and Ken had this great idea. I put it in my coffee too.
I was going to bring that up.
That was a great idea.
Have one. He has one that he keeps in the fridge.
Yep.
And he uses it as creamer.
It's protein creamer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Coffee.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It was kind of chaos today trying to get out of the house because I have to get back by a certain time, and so you and I were rushing out, and I was like, I didn't eat. I forgot to eat, and I saw that, so I grabbed one of those. I was very excited about that.
They're quite good. They're not chalky. They don't taste.
It was
bad.
the Huel Black Addiction, ready to drink.
Edition, not Black Addiction.
Black Edition.
You said addiction.
Ready to drink. I don't think I did.
but I am addicted to it.
Good that you interrupt me during an ad to correct me. Makes you feel full. Definitely gives you energy because you've had this balanced meal. You're getting 35 grams of protein.
Yep.
It's costs less than $5, which you're not going to get something that well balanced for less than $5 for a meal. So super budget friendly, 35 protein grams, 27 vitamins and minerals. And I'm telling you, 35 grams of protein is really hard to get that easily. You're cooking egg whites or something, and then you're not getting all of the
5 eggs.
extra health benefits. If you go right now, you can get 15% off for new customers using code Titus at Huel.com. That's Huel.com. ElonMusk.com and use promo code Titus. And then you can go see on their website terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition bottled. It was really good. It's kind of fluffy.
Saw some news this morning, and you can bring this up, and I'm going to show. In New York, they are filing a case on election fraud.
Hold on, let's go back real fast because I today is a little all over the place.
Oh yeah, every day is all over the place.
San Diego, I mean us.
All right.
What happened was HSI, which is a part of ICE, raided 2 Italian neighborhood restaurants that actually ended with federal agents using flashbang grenades against the local residents that were protesting what they were doing.
But that's when I started. That's the first piece of, like, first of all, they had long guns. They were all in tactical gear, and they started dropping flashbangs. And I thought, we are going. Remember, we used to make fun of these countries. They would be people be throwing rocks at the cops.
Yep.
It looked really close to that.
Yep.
Everybody was filming. Everybody was in it, and the cops didn't know what to do. And nothing safer than a scared police officer, as we've seen in the past. That always works out so well.
For crowd control,
right?
They're very skilled investigators, and what they do is like international drug smuggling rings and sex trafficking and things like that.
Yeah, they're not so, but there's no excuse for us putting soldiers on the street. Now, if MS-13 and we were invaded by, they use this law. They said that we are at war with Venezuela because Venezuela has sent invaders to our country. That's why that's the law invoked. The judge said it doesn't. It's bullshit. But what they're doing now is he's getting it to. We are approaching violence. Like boiling a frog. It's slowly turning the heat up. Flashbangs were dropped. I watched the video. Boom, boom, boom. People were like, holy shit. You see people turned and ran away from it. And you could see the look on their face like, wait, what's happening? We are not used to this. Other countries have had turmoil. Other countries have had, some of the Middle Eastern countries have had violence for years. They're used to it. When this breaks off, I do not see a good thing. He's gonna impose martial law.
So last week they announced that they did a raid at an LA area underground nightclub that ended with the arrest of 36 Chinese and Taiwanese citizens. Suspected of being in the country illegally. No, Chinese and Taiwanese citizens.
Got it.
Those words go together. In April, they took around 24 day laborers that were hanging outside of a Home Depot in Pomona. They this week arrested people outside of ICE offices that were coming to renew their status legally, that came to ICE to follow
the rules.
Yep.
They were actually not MS-13. They were following the rules.
And the whole pitch was, let's get these people out that are like on the teat.
The bad people.
MS-13.
But they're also like taking, they're a strain on our system. These people are contributing and they're here to work.
They're at work.
Just so you guys know, immigrants bring in $7 trillion every decade to the country and $1 trillion in taxes. They actually add to the GDP. It is pretty insane what we're doing, specifically based in a country that was founded, designed, and built by immigrants. So,
the San Diego neighborhood thing, once the officers threw the flash bangs at the neighbors who were unarmed, 5 federal agents armed with assault rifles, which my brother will object to me saying, but it's in the article, started approaching the crowd as the government vehicles reversed and exited another street. Unarmed. There's a lady in a little pink skirt. You were like, oh.
She had a pink skirt and like a turquoise shirt and and little flip flops, and she's just walking towards and behind her is this dude, chin strap, and I was like, what is happening in America right now?
Also, now Marjorie Taylor Greene, and again, guys, can we not say big beautiful bill? Can we not talk like complete moronic idiots like he does? People don't talk like that.
Right.
It's just a bill. It's a budget bill.
Right.
And news people are
it's
like,
a bullshit budget bill.
So Trump's big beautiful bill to move through the budget. Stop.
And people are arguing against it, like leaving comments saying that's what it's called because he called it that. No, I don't give a flying fuck.
He said that. He also said it was a perfect call. I'm a very stable genius. None of those words make sense or go together.
Someone actually, they had a guy, a linguist on, and he was talking about how he uses semantics ever since day one.
Yep.
Coming down the thing, little Marco, Sleepy Joe.
It's like 4 or 5 year old.
He learned, someone taught him that if you make fun of people and you put an easy to remember name, big beautiful Bill. And so, It's a bullshit bill.
Everything is beautiful. He says it's beautiful. All the beautiful.
And everyone else is a disaster.
We have a beautiful relationship, him
It's a
and Kim
disaster.
Jong.
It's a disaster.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene has now admitted that she also did not read the mega bill that she voted for. Growing number of House Republicans are learning more about the bill that they voted for, and they're not happy about it. She did not read it.
Republicans
And
kill
who
children.
could have seen that coming? What with her heading up the fart
Mm-hmm.
response team?
Floor action response team.
She seemed so smart.
I just love that they let that get that far. The floor action response team is here. Really, the fart team is on the floor, huh? Cool.
Republican leaders
I thought I
with
smelled something.
House Speaker Mike Johnson and his team wrote and rewrote the bill in the middle of the night and changed the reconciliation package repeatedly in response to private backroom deals. Quite deliberately, they then rushed it onto the floor for a vote before members had read it. I would have said, hold on, I need to read it. Because they didn't want them to see what they did, and it worked.
The problem is that
it passed by one vote.
All these people have a threat over their heads with Trump. Whatever he has on everybody, trust me, he spent the last 8-9 years. You got to remember, Epstein was his best friend. He knew how Epstein operated. Puff Daddy also knows Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy did a lot of his freak offs in the Trump hotel. Yeah. So you've basically got him knowing how work. Roy Cohn was the guy who taught him. Roy Cohn was like, have evidence on people, so you have pressure. So you
McCarthyism.
put pressure on him. Mm-hmm. Yes. So. And you also got a bunch of people in Congress. If he says, even if he doesn't have anything on him like illegal or he goes, well, I've got enough money now to primary you.
Yep.
You can lose your cushy job with your $5.4 million or $3 million, whatever it is, yearly expense account. So, but we've never had somebody like this. We've never had someone that was, at smaller governments, Huey Long, there's been some people in the past that were just evil pricks that used their position to make money and skim for themselves. But we've never had it like this. He's made $2.5 billion in 4 months as president. We have adversaries giving him billions. He's actually taken our allies apart in Europe. He's screwed up the economy so bad no one can trust us anymore. Mm-hmm. With the tariffs, no one can trust us. Who's getting? So we're gonna go. Okay, the tariffs are off. Okay, good. Tariffs are on.
So Mike Flood last week had a town hall meeting where he was aggressively questioned by the people that voted for him because there is a provision in the bill that would effectively prevent judges from holding litigants who defy court orders in contempt. Well, that sure would come in handy for Donald Trump and his whole team.
So the court can say you did something illegal and you didn't respond to us telling you what to do, and you're in contempt, and they go, yeah, we have a law. Yeah, we don't have to. Mike
Flood said that he did not realize that was in the bill that he voted for that town hall. Also,
how do you, it's your job? You have one fucking job is to read bills. You have one fucking job.
This is going to sound crazy, but I'm happy that these crazy people are actually admitting that they didn't see it, because that is a common tactic. This isn't the first time that a last minute bill that's a fucking 1,000 pages long is changed at the last minute. And people are kind of like, oh, I guess I better vote on it.
Nancy Pelosi said once, we have to pass a bill so people can know what's in it. Something like that. It was like admitting that they do it. So Marjorie Taylor Greene admitted that she had no idea, and she said she was being fully transparent. She didn't read it, and she had no idea that one of the provisions that she voted for says that it would block states from passing any laws to regulate AI for 10 years.
Oh, yeah, 10 years.
She's now calling on the Senate to remove that provision that she already voted for.
So they're thinking that AI is going to become sentient. It kind of already is.
Next year.
You're like, well, yes, August 7th.
Yeah, right.
And that's the date. That's what James Cameron said. So if by August 7th, so 10 years, AI would have. What I don't understand, I guess it's because Zuckerberg and all the guys, all the tech bros, basically gave him so much money. They're telling him what to do. This goes back to Citizens United, man. If you had just made it so billionaires can't give you as much money as they want, the people would still be in charge to some degree.
Citizens United is responsible for Elon.
Elon does all for Zuckerberg and all the money.
I blame Mitch.
And I blame Mitch. I blame Scalia, but he's dead now.
Scalia.
And
this episode brought to you by AG1. If you stop taking AG1. Have you ever stopped taking it
Yes.
for any period of time?
For like, I forgot for 4 days once, and I was like, "Why do I feel so crappy?"
Yes.
Like
When I was moving, I stopped taking it and I started to crumble and become haggard.
Did you
And I'm
have
still kinda
irregular
haggard.
pooping?
But
yes, and my
More
butt
bloating?
was loading up.
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, more bloating, right? AG1, if you haven't tried it, it's this powder. It's green in color, and you put it in a shaker bottle with some water and a drop of D3K2.
But it doesn't
shake
taste
it
green
up.
in color.
No, it doesn't at all. And you guys know I have my own concoction. I add in colostrum and pre-workout colostrum
I have protein.
and collagen and protein.
protein
And
in my
then
drink.
there's my giddy up workout drink. But you don't have jitters. You're just
I'll say
getting
what I always
everything I
say.
think your body needs that you can't eat on your own.
Right. I'll say what I always say. Within 20 to 25 minutes, I have a sense of calm that comes over me. And I don't know if it's because my body goes, all right, we got what we need now.
Yeah, I can concur.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my stomach doesn't hurt from the like I drink coffee in the
It
morning.
helps. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed for you? With
Well,
your stomach?
because it increases your. Hold on, let me tell you this. Hold on. Especially now. So the guy that created it because he was having digestive issues. But now AG1 has leveled up its AG1 Next Gen because they're always testing in the lab, backing it with science, and putting out the next generation that's even better than the one before. This new formula has been clinically shown to increase healthy gut bacteria by 10 times.
Yep.
All for the exact same price that it already was, for like less than $3 a day. But what? Healthy gut bacteria 10 times multiplied? Holy shit. Now clinically backed with an upgraded formula. It's perfect time for you to try AG1 if you haven't. We've been drinking it for a couple of years now and very rarely forget now.
Yeah.
If I have gone on the road and forgotten to pack it, and that sucked, but they have those tube-shaped travel packs now that are easy to just put in a water bottle from Starbucks, shake it up, and you're good. Subscribe today to try the next gen of AG1 for less than $3 a day. If you use the link, you'll also get a free gift with your first order. So go check out drinkag1.com/Titus to get started with the next gen and notice all of these benefits.
Guys, we do use this all the time.
Every day.
It's awesome.
drinkag1.com/Titus.
It's great.
And you get
It's
that free
freaking
gift.
great.
Your stomach is like a little Ukraine. And then when you drink AG1,
It's like
It's
the
like you
European
have all these
Union
drones and
the
all these-
European Union has supplies.
Yeah, you have NATO comes
think
in.
of your stomach as Ukraine, yes, and then as AG1 as the European Union coming to help because you've been abandoned by the U.S.
and you have all the cards.
So,
when you
like
drink
any
AG1.
good dictator, Trump has planned himself a military parade, which he really wanted the whole first term. He really admired the one that he saw in France and the one that he saw in North Korea.
Did France have one?
It wasn't a dictator thing. I think he went didn't he go for Bastille Day or something? And he saw a parade and he commented to Kelly that, oh, I'd really like one of those for me.
So the guy I just want to be clear, the guy who actually avoided the draft 5 times, that couldn't march in any parade he did have because of his bone spurs, who avoided the military, who called the military suckers and losers, wants a military parade.
Well, because it has
Yeah,
nothing to
this
do with the
is
military.
Weird. My computer's listening to me because it just put up a tiny little video of
But it
him
also-
in France with Macron for that
Interesting.
military parade. Here's the thing that everybody
it's for
needs
his
to think
penis,
about.
small penis. For his small penis.
He has mass firings going on at federal agencies.
Right.
Have personally experienced that he's cutting programs that help people that are children,
Dying
people
of cancer.
that are elderly, people that
Hungry.
are ill. The foster system is what I'm speaking of specifically.
Republicans
that
kill
I'm
children,
dealing with.
yes.
And he's doing deep cuts to many federal programs that Americans rely on, like Medicaid,
Snap.
Social Security, SNAP, food
Meals on
banks.
Wheels.
But he's planning a $45 million military parade for himself.
For his small penis, yes. Exactly. 100%. So what I can't
It's on his birthday, by the way.
what
Did
I
you know
can't
that?
abide by is because listen, scumbags are everywhere. Just go to any car dealership. Scumbags are everywhere. What I can't abide by is the people that continue to support him. Well, it's literally going to have to be like HSI or ICE shooting a bunch of people for people to flip.
At the parade?
And even no, I'm just saying that it's coming.
Maybe, probably.
Guys, I believe it's coming.
Oh, you're just back on
I'm watching
that.
news. Well,
Like,
no,
how
no,
did
I'm just
we
saying
get
that.
there?
No, I'm mad because we now again have nobody standing up. The Republicans are allowing children to die. Republicans And Republican billionaires kill children. Please start putting it in your head. And Democrats, start having some balls to start saying shit like this. Because it is true. Bono was on Joe Rogan's podcast this last week, which is the weirdest thing. I was like, Bono's one of those guys, I think like Pete Buttigieg, where he's like, I'm going to go wherever I got to go to make my point. And he said 300,000 people will die in the next year because of Trump's cutting all these programs at USAID. And but that's that aside. So children are going to die. Cutting the funding to Harvard is going to stop all the research. China is now actually offering the best brains in the world free housing, free college to come there and bring all of our brain power that was going to Harvard to there and with unlimited funding. Yep. So now you've got this country, China, who is our adversary, who's going to take all the best and the brightest, who is going to give them everything they need, is going to suck their brains dry, which they're going to become leaders in tech, leaders in medicine, leaders in everything. And then we're going to be this third world country. And all it took is this one bloviating orange asshole. Yep. That's ridiculous.
Some manufacturing's also considering moving to China.
But he's got a parade on his birthday.
It's dictator.
But it's
the mayor has asked them not to use tanks. They're going to anyway, estimating it's going to cost about $16 million to replace the streets after that.
Yeah, the tanks weigh 60
Also,
tons.
he's created a $1 billion funding deficit for DC. And they're currently trying to pass a law that would roll back voting rights in DC. But hey, we're going to come to your city and do this parade on his 79th birthday.
But also, I think it comes back to what he always does this. You're right. He does this, Ray. You said this. He'll always do something that leads to what he's going to do. So to us, we in America, we've never seen tanks rolling in the streets.
It's like a really dumb version of chess. It's like checkers.
It's checkers. Yeah, dumb guy checkers. But he's just going to. We're going to see tanks in the streets of DC, and we're going to be like, "Oh, I've seen that before." When martial law is declared and tanks are on the street, we're going to be like, "Oh, I've seen this before."
Yeah.
Did you see that his lock screen is himself? Everyone,
really?
Yeah, he
What
got
picture?
off Air Force One. He's going like this.
Yeah, and he's
At himself.
His own screen.
And they're like, you have like 5 grandchildren and children and a wife who's a supermodel. Let's be honest.
He's got to love himself because no one else will.
Well, he does love himself. And actually, it's being reported that his True Social posts have spun out of control. He's posted, as of Sunday, Washington Post analyzed it. He's posted 2,262 times to his True Social page.
How's that possible?
In 132 days.
He's got to have. Is there a robot Trump? That's what it is.
That's 20 a day.
He's auto penning his tweets. That's what it is. And we should take him out just for that.
Can you look up this election thing?
That means that he's sitting on his phone all day.
Right.
Which is also a security concern.
Right.
But also golfing. How does he?
But it also means everybody else is running shit. It means that Stephen, this scum, this vampire, Stephen Miller, the worst economic guy we've ever had, keeps saying this dumbest shit in front of Congress. We've got HHS secretary. He basically went like this because last time he had to work, he didn't like working. So what he did is he showed up. He's gonna golf and he tweets all fucking day. Yeah. So we have a loser, inept, dumb president surrounded by a bunch of evil pricks and douchebags who are basically destroying I mean, if you think about it, I ask you guys in the comments, please put something he's done.
Yeah.
Anything. Just put one thing. Just what has he done to help us?
I saw a chart recently. And it's what are they called when they get the president gets these like meetings and memos and they have to meet with their cabinet and all that?
Cabinet meetings.
Cabinet meeting. Okay, so
yeah, he meets with the cabinet and he meets with them. What is it called?
This one. Cabinet meeting.
No, that sounds right.
Look up the chart. It's something else.
Or even no.
Biden had 90, right? Obama like 70 or something.
Yeah.
Trump
all the time
14.
Yeah, they said they can't get him. They said they can't. Like he's seeing, like can't even wake him up and brief him on what's happening in the world.
Yeah,
two a week, maybe.
He usually last time he didn't get up. They said till about 11 a.m.
Yeah,
but he's up very late, as we know from Kofefe.
Do me a favor.
This episode brought to you by True Classic.
Great T-shirts.
great
Great t-shirts.
stuff.
They're great.
We got
They're great.
we got some of this stuff. It's so good.
Great.
It's all about helping. I wear them, but
You
helping.
just steal them.
I always buy guys like this was a guy's sweatshirt.
But I come home. Here's how nice the two guys are. First of all, I like them because like all the working I've done
They're
with our
so
other
soft.
advertiser, Fitbod, they feel great. They look good on me. They're cut different.
They cut them differently.
We are so used to having shapeless, shitty T-shirts in the world.
Tailored where you want
Yeah,
it. So
tailored where they
tighter
want it.
on the
Right,
guns,
right.
a little bit looser in the old.
But I don't have that. I don't have it.
Bubble gut
I don't
area.
have
Not
bubble
you,
gut.
but
All right.
I'm
But if you do
saying
it
the average American.
They will hide a
male
dad bod.
and
If you have a
female.
little bit of a dad bod, they will hide it.
No bunching, no stiff fabric. It's like this super soft, like,
And you steal them.
yeah, I sleep in them.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody cares about men's clothes.
Yeah, right.
There
Jeez.
is that. Definitely not disposable, cheap, fast fashion
Nope.
either. It's affordable. It's very, very low price.
We all have shirts we go to on our drawer. And when you get to that, when you're going through your day after day and you grab,
It lasts forever.
these.
Good day.
Yeah,
It's a
good days. Yes.
It lasts forever because it doesn't fade when I get them out of the dryer. They're the same color.
Right.
They're the same shape. So you don't have to get rid of them. Like, those stiff, those cheap shirts you used to use like way back when for merch when I first met you.
Like they would like curl. Like some of the
Yeah,
edges
or
would
it-
curl.
or
it
Like
was
what
snap
is
up,
what is this made
It
of?
was like
Bowser?
putting on a box, kind of like scratchy.
Yes.
This is not that. They also have chino pants that he wears to
yep.
travel. They have denim boxer briefs, all that stuff. So anyway, just try it. Forget overpriced designer brands. Grab these at Target, Costco. They have them at Costco now. I saw this. I actually went online to check out what they had. Or you can go to trueclassic.com/Titus and get hooked up today. trueclassic.com/Titus.
Can't confirm I wear it. Can you look up this selection?
Costco though.
There was wasn't by our people at Electric
Yep.
Election Truth Alliance. It was by another group. They found in New York the voting anomaly was so weird that they brought it to court, and the judge says there's a case here. Do you have it?
Well, I was just reading about more dumb shit Linda McMahon said in front of Congress after A1. A1 is going to take over the planet.
A1 is taking over. A1 stakes us?
Briefings. They were called briefings.
Yeah.
Presidential briefings.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Got
what
it.
was.
Yeah, they
John
can't get him to do
Kennedy
it.
asked her, they were discussing funding for a program. It's a federal program for low-income students so that they can go to college. Of course, that's going to be on the chopping block. And John Kennedy asked her about this $1.58 billion he said was being spent annually on the program, which he then calculated as amounting to more than $1 trillion over 10 years. She
Wait,
nodded and agreed.
I'm sorry. 1.5 billion turns into trillion. When did everybody start throwing the word trillion around?
But then
Trillion is-
Trump, billions, trillions.
They're giving us. They're going to bring $5 trillion to our economy.
It took a Democrat from Rhode Island to jump in and fact check both of them on their math. He said, it's Jack Reed. I'm not a great mathematician, but I think you were talking about 1 trillion. I believe 1.5 billion times 10 would be 15 billion. That's a little off from 1 trillion, he said.
That's a tiny bit off. It's a little bit. It's like so much money. It's enough to buy the world. I think 15 trillion.
She's super dumb.
Yes, she is. She's super dumb. But then again, here's what he did this time. The first time someone gave him advice, you need to surround yourself with great people. So he did. And all those great people were like, this guy's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And then,
So
this
this-
time
Hold on,
he
wait.
went, no, I want you people way dumber than me.
When talking to Chris Murphy, well, hey, her husband ran a worldwide wrestling federation.
All right.
so
So that's valid.
She, through osmosis, learned how to
Teach.
fight
Do
naked.
a suplex, do a
Fight naked.
flying so that.
Put somebody in the wreck. Another instance, Chris Murphy. I like him a lot.
Yep.
Connecticut. He was talking to her about Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, and that would be the act that of the title that bars discrimination on the basis of race, skin color, national origin.
Yeah, like in the Civil Rights Act.
She said that's the statute that's allowing the Trump administration to try to force Harvard University to hire more conservatives. She's,
What? How was she? Okay, all right. So we knew she was going to be dumb, but wow. Please look up the election case, New York.
She knows a pile
I'll look
driver,
it up.
though. I'm on it. I like when people are dumb in public.
That's why she married me.
What do you want to know?
Election case in New York, because they're basically saying if this is found to
Who's
have
they? I hate when people say they. They are saying. Who's saying?
2024 presidential and Senate results called into question.
Yeah,
Rockland County, New York.
Who's saying that though?
They filed a lawsuit.
Who's they?
A seminal case questioning the accuracy of the 2024 presidential and Senate election results in Rockland County, New York, is moving forward to open court. In open court last Thursday, Judge Rachel Tanqueray.
Yay! That was my college nickname. Here comes Rachel Tanqueray.
Carl Ketamine was also a friend of yours. Is moving forward in open court. She said she's in the New York Supreme Court ruled that discovery must proceed. Oh shit!
So
pushing the lawsuit brought by smart legislation and the evidence gathering stage. The lawsuit seeks a full-hand recount of the presidential and U.S. Senate races in Rockland County.
Her name was Tanguay.
Tanguay, yeah.
So this is not being reported on nationally.
No,
this
it's not.
is only being reported on, I would like to say right now, by News Channel 6, which is
and the Titus
WJBF.com.
and the Titus podcast. Well, so you do understand that
it's seeking a full-hand recount of the presidential and Senate races in Rockland County.
Because here's how far. Now, you guys, if you guys listen to us, you guys understand about Election Truth Alliance. You understand that the anomalies in 2016, no, 2020 and 2024 were really weird. So they found out that there's one county where Kamala didn't get one vote, not one. Mm-hmm. Impossible. Mm-hmm. They found that there was another one of the person that was up for Senate in the district literally got 75% of the vote. It's possible.
Wow. So this is good news because that means that if one pops up,
right,
then the other ones can go, oh, well, we need to take a look at these other ones.
Yes.
So this would include many voters have now said face-to-face SMART legislation, which is part of SMART elections, is the plaintiff in the case. Voters have written sworn statements that they voted for the independent Senate candidate, Diane Sayre.
Who got no votes.
She got no votes. Also, in the presidential election, the anomalies include multiple districts where hundreds of voters chose Kirsten Gillibrand for Senate, but also where zero, not one, selected Kamala Harris.
That's proof.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
So why isn't it being reported nationally?
Because the people that currently run all the media in America are owned by billionaires. And what do billionaires do? They kill children.
Ketamine.
And ketamine, yes. They kill children and ketamine.
I am filming my special on October 18th at the El Portal Theater. That's more newsworthy than this shit.
It may move, maybe?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be a big, beautiful...
No,
beautiful.
It's not. Don't do it.
Special.
Don't do it. It's not. I mean, it is, but
6:30 and 8:45 because I'm going rogue on showtimes. Huh?
Because of the 45?
Huh?
Yeah. What are you, an improv now?
Yeah.
All right, on Saturday we're going to do 7:15.
No more 7 and 9. Oh, I should have made them like 7:12.
Yeah, like really odd numbers.
9:33.
Well, Benson used to do 4:20. He would start his show at 4:20 in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, there was a reason.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I like that. This episode is brought to you by Christopher Titus's all-time favorite thing ever, Fitbod.
Oh, man. Can I tell you? I don't know if it's favorite. I have a love-hate relationship with Fitbod because Fitbod, it's like having an app that kicks your ass. Hey, I need to hurt.
It's not like that. You do moan quite a bit from that workout room.
But sometimes, so what
Morgan, our niece, will go, he's making the noises again.
Making the weird noises. Yeah, I'm lifting weights.
Working out.
You're dying. Not everyone moans when they lift weights.
You know what I loved about it? And I want to bring this up. I was working with it this week and last week. So last week, it totally changed my workout, and my leg day was brutal. And then this week I was like, okay, it's going to be bad again. And what it did was it totally switched the exercises to what I was doing. And so
I know that it kicked your arse. That's what I know, because there was whimpering happening. And then immediately within a couple of hours when you came down the stairs.
I was like, stairs. I was like, no, stairs suck. Stairs are horrible.
Highlander left his phone on
It's
during
all right.
the podcast.
It's all right. It's important.
I'm sure it's the
he has a
president
child.
or something.
He has a child.
Yeah, you were already tanked, and you said
was like
your
2.5
legs
hours.
were shaking already really badly.
But, and it was because it knew. Okay, so what it knew was I'd taken 6 days between leg days. So what it did was, so it knew, and it was like, hey man, here's what's gonna happen
Well, you
now.
need to catch up, bitch.
It's like a real trainer that was like, hey, you weren't here. The last time we did legs was 6 days ago. So
Do you notice how often it rearranges, or is it every week it rearranges it? Because that's a
it's
good
always
technique.
different.
yeah, it doesn't give me the same exercises.
Muscle confusion, people. It is a thing.
To the point where I've gotten to the point where, like, when I'll put in my, like, I do my workout today, I'll put in my workout and I'll go, what's it going to give me? Like, I don't it's going to do the same thing. It doesn't. It actually gives me something different all the time.
You should not be doing the same thing
I'm
for
at
the same body
420,
parts every
something
week.
like 420
Switch it up.
workouts. I'm at 420
Switch it up,
workouts.
because you'll hit different
But
angles.
That's what it does.
Fast
man.
twitch, slow twitch. Let these personal trainers that help develop these workouts, let them guide you, because they know what they're doing.
Is it $69, $79 a year?
I think it was $79.99, and then
So,
you
like,
get
one-
a discount with our code. And so I used to pay, when I used to use Amber, I think she was $85 a session.
Yeah, Presto was 80
But now I think she's 100 and something.
So like it gave me okay, for a while it was giving me decline push-ups and push-ups, and then release push-ups, which are just not fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I like those, because I'm like, Sharif, okay.
Horton loves them. Horton loves, like,
Trip.
he's like, you really want to build your muscles, do the release. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do those
Well,
again.
because you can't use momentum.
It did that for a couple weeks, and then yesterday it said it said nope, I didn't do any of that. I did some of this crazy stuff with the dumbbells that I was just like,
What'd you
this
do?
hurts. I
This
did
hurts.
floor presses, which is weird because you have to control it, because you can't just drop the weight.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt your elbows.
They specifically said do them on the floor.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they want you to control it slow, because you don't want to hurt yourself. And then I did a decline. So you don't get into titties.
Uh-huh.
I did decline bench, and I love it because I've been using it 2.5 years now.
Mhm.
Never been bored.
Good.
So I love this because as somebody who has a storied history with fitness, good and bad, I do remember, I know the fear of feeling like you don't know what you're doing and not wanting to do it in front of people in the gym, like feeling stupid about stuff. Also, I know the feeling of being a woman and being in a co-ed gym and being hit on and gawked at when,
They're
there
hitting on
were
your
certain
yoga pants.
exercises I stopped doing
And I've seen some of your
because
outfits, though. Some of your outfits are.
yeah, right. It's my fault. I asked for it because I wore workout clothes. But that's what I mean. Like, so this is such a great alternative for that. I actually eventually joined an all women's gym, and that was better. I could suddenly do
But even
abductors and adductors again.
But even as a dude, like, I don't like to go to a gym, and so now I got my workout set up, right? And that fucking machine is always fun. I can't get on that machine now because
Oh,
these
my
dudes-
favorite is
this
when they're on
dude's-
the phone leaning.
Or they're
on it.
leaning on or they're sitting in the machine on their
Yeah,
phone.
yeah,
If I can do it all at home, and the bodyweight workouts, my son started doing the bodyweight workouts. Jet started doing them, and he's like, "They'll kick your ass." I'm like,
So
"Yeah,
you do
right."
it at home, or you do it wherever you are, hotel room, your backyard, whatever.
You can set up your own profile.
You can set up your own profile. You put what you have, you can do it with no equipment. And then if you don't know the exercises, you can watch tutorial videos, just click on each one and it shows you how to do it. So it's just really such a great way for people to build their
And you've
fitness
seen how I
knowledge.
changed my body in 2
Yes,
years.
I
it's the
have.
best-
Every
it's the
day
be-
he
it's the
shows
best-
me.
It's the best $70 a year I've ever spent.
Yep.
So basically, we now have a case going on in Rockland. Please tell everybody there was a case in Rockland where the votes were so weird that they brought it to court. If that passes, that means that precedent has been set. That means other places can open their thing. That means we could actually look at the swing states. The swing states, by the way, it is impossible. When you look at the swing states, we're going to have Election Truth Lines back on, right?
Mhm. Yep.
There's more stuff they found.
Yep.
Great, guys. We're going to have Election Truth Lines back on. Good. Now that we got this Rockland case, maybe it gives us a reason to bring them on sooner. Awesome. Great. Guys, thank you for listening. I really appreciate. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor before we go. I want to hear 2 years ago today.
better days.
Better days.
With,
These are better days, baby.
2 years ago, on this day, President Biden held a cabinet meeting at the White House. In his remarks, he praised the recent debt ceiling deal and bipartisan compromise, emphasizing the importance of continued investment in America and economic progress. Remember that. He highlighted the creation of 13.1 million jobs since he took office and billions of dollars of investment, while also mentioning deficit reduction. Biden also referenced the new Investing in America website and discussed the ongoing efforts to implement recently passed laws, secure the border, combat climate change, and protect fundamental rights. Remember those. Regarding foreign policy, Biden reiterated his support for Ukraine.
Remember that?
Remember support for Ukraine, stating that the U.S. is not leaving and will continue to help. It was unclear if he fully heard a question about the dam explosion. I don't know. He also jokingly commented on the PGA Live Golf merger, saying,
What did he say?
saying he was planning on playing in the PGA.
Very funny.
Oh, I just want to say this really quickly, too. This was another prediction of things that are coming to fruition. Yeah. So do you remember how I told you guys that I was concerned about Elon helping Trump to gather Americans' data instead of having it separated and confidential in different agencies, so security, your medical records, all of that. They are now, Trump has just hired a
Palantir.
Okay, I was going to say what it was, but you go ahead and explain.
No, sorry. I didn't know you.
Super eager about this story.
Sorry, I'm just mad.
Go ahead.
It's Big Brother. No, go ahead. Explain it.
Yeah, so they're planning on, it's a tech company. The guy is super nutty, super MAGA. Go watch videos on him. It's kind of terrifying, the stuff that he has said publicly.
Yep.
They are going to merge your data from all different agencies into one single location, which would give your federal government unprecedented power to spy on and harass.
One login now can get all your stuff.
Just so you know, in China, they have the CCTV cameras. They have facial recognition technology. So if you're out in China somewhere doing your Chinese citizen, they have all this. This is China shit. This is like communist shit.
Yes.
They'll if you do something wrong, bam, they got your picture, they got it. You get arrested.
There's a score.
They'll go to your house. Yeah,
it's like a social score.
You get a social score, right?
Yes, it's like a Yelp review, a digital Yelp review for you that will affect your ability to get credit, to get jobs, to do anything.
And who's in charge of that?
Exactly.
So by the way, guys,
speaking of China, just wanted you to know that the guy that paid the most, the Chinese Binance guy who went to the White House, the SEC just dropped the case against him.
Wait, the guy that gave Trump like $16 million, they just dropped the case against him?
That's correct. Scott Bessent, our Treasury Secretary, and Pam Bondi together.
That's a coincidence,
isn't it? They dropped the whole case.
I'm sure that him giving the Trump administration $16 million had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
the guy was
don't
obviously
even imply that.
100%. Billionaires kill children. Republican billionaires specifically kill children. I'm tired. Guys, go to ChristopherTitus.com. Get my new special, Carrying Monsters. Also, come see me on the road. Doomed to Repeat is getting so good. And we just came with a really cool.
Yeah, you were great in
cool
floppers.
merch.
You did short sets, but it was really good.
Did you like it?
I did.
Where did I need to work on it?
I'm not sure. Jen and I were talking the whole time. But
so you see it.
Really
exactly.
Exactly. No, we were watching. Jen was hysterical. Jen hadn't seen any of it, and she was. I'm sure you heard her laugh in the back of the room the whole time, like nonstop laughing.
Good. But it's getting really good. Come see me. Go to ChristopherTitus.com and get that right now. We have a bunch of new merch. I think Billionaires Kill Children might be a new one.
Also,
and by the way, shout out to Tom Morello for just being as ballsy as he is.
My Alpha Chick the album is out. It came off of Spotify for a minute. We don't know why, but it's going to be back. But you can get it on iTunes and everywhere else too. Just go and put it in your Apple Music and then just hit play and mute and go about your day. Yeah. I'll get paid for those streams.
All right. Put some bots on it too.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
We need
Chinese bots.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Just scream sanity. We got to start getting Billionaires Kill Children. Let people know that, because these guys when the election comes around in 26, if there is going to be an election in 26, we can make sure that we have not some strongly worded letter from Chuck Schumer, but that we are actually calling these fuckers out for what they did.
Yo,
That's
Hakeem
right.
Jeffries too, dude.
Continue to scream sanity. For myself, the lovely bombshell Ray and the Highlander.
Later.
Peace out.
There can be one.
To see if it would work. Oh, shout out to Mr. Thomas, Mahogany's dad, who listens and tries to maintain his sanity in this world as well.
I think he's, by the way, like he's a world champion black belt in
Yeah, he was just in Japan.
He was just in Japan. Won the tournament in Japan. Calmest dude I ever met. Would not want to.
Going fucking crazy.
But scary calm. He's like this. He's the kind of calm you're like, okay,
Yeah.
everything. Guys, thanks for watching. Later.